In this video, we're going to learn about the concept of noun declensions. So in a previous video, we talked about how it's word endings that dictate the meaning of a sentence, not the word order. So here, the word order is the same, but the sentences mean very different things. Here, porcus is in what's called the nominative case, meaning it's the subject of the sentence, and florem is in the accusative, meaning the flower receives the action of being eaten. And here, porcum is in the accusative, so it's the pig being eaten this time, and the flos, the flower, is in the nominative, so it's the thing doing the action of eating. So you might look at a picture like this and say, well, we went from flos to florem and porcus to porcum, so is there like a pattern to this? Like, how do I know what to do? And the answer is yes, there is a pattern. And in fact, there's several patterns for how to do this. These patterns are called declensions. So a declension is something that looks like that, where it lists your word in the singular nominative, and then it lists all the different possibilities. So there's generally 5 different cases and 2 numbers. You know about the 2 numbers, singular and plural. And you know about 2 of the cases. You know about nominative and accusative. We'll cover the other 3 in the next couple of videos. So here we've got 2 words, waka, meaning cow, and gallina, meaning hen or chicken. These are both feminine nouns in the first declension. So you'll note as we decline the nouns, so as we put them in different cases, they look a lot similar. Right? Like the left-hand side here is changed because they're different words, but the endings look alike. So they all follow a common pattern, so that's why we say they're in the first declension. There's 5 declensions total, so we're just going to peruse those real quick. So porcus would be an example of a masculine second declension. Saxum would be an example of a neuter second declension. You've got third declension, so flos would be an example there, where you've got, this one's kind of fun, the third declension, in my opinion, because you get more of a change when you switch up cases. So like flos goes to florem, nomen goes to nominis, rex goes to rege. So third declension is a little more fun. Most of the words you'll encounter are in these first 3 declensions. There's also a 4th and the 5th. So like the word for hand is 4th declension. The word for day, dies, is 5th declension. Most of what you're going to be doing is in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So let's say you go and look up porcus in the dictionary. Here I've got a screenshot from an online dictionary I use. What it's going to list in the dictionary is 3 things. It's going to list porcus, which is the singular nominative, and then it's going to list the singular genitive. So the genitive is used to indicate possession. We'll have a whole video about that, so don't worry about it now. The reason I bring this up is all your second declensions are going to have singular genitives that look like this. And all of the declensions you can tell apart by that singular genitive. So this kind of second entry in the table. So first declension, they always end in AE. Second declension, they always end with I's with a macron. Third declension, they always end with IS. Fourth declension, they end with a U with a macron S. And fifth declension, they end with like that. So that's why they list that there. You can tell the declension based on that. And some of the dictionaries will just come out and tell you second declension, and they'll give you the little form. So what do you do with this information? The whole point of this video is to give you a mental map, basically, of how these work. So when we're looking at cow, for example, you can think back to this chart and be like, oh, I've got 10 possibilities, right? I've got my 2 numbers, singular or plural, and I've got my cases. It pretty much just gives you a space in your mind to put things and feel good about it. What I wouldn't recommend doing is trying to memorize all of these charts. I'd say, if you want to do that, you can. But my recommendation is keep watching the video series. We're going to have lots of example sentences in where you'll have a sentence that puts waka into the genitive or whatever. And that's going to get you your practice using actual sentences. And then if you needed to make the table, you could just think through the sentences and you'd be able to make it. Kind of the main use now for these tables is if you were writing a sentence and you were like, okay, I want to say, I eat the pig, a doe, oh, porcus in the accusative. Is that porcum? Okay, and then you'd look it up and be like, yep, that's how it's spelled, and then you could feel good that you did the right thing. So that's all there is to the concept of declensions. I'll see you in the next video.